Have you ever wondered how a person can lose everything, wealth, children, comfort, and security, and still say, "It is well with my soul"? This is not a story from a movie. This is a true story of faith, loss, and unshakable hope. Welcome to Stories of Faith, a channel where we share real stories that strengthen the heart and remind us that God is still present, even in our darkest moments. If stories like this encourage you, please take a moment to subscribe to Stories of Faith and walk with us on this journey. Horatio Spafford was born in 1828 in Troy, New York. As a young man, he moved to Chicago, a city filled with opportunity. Through hard work and discipline, he became a successful lawyer and businessman. In 1861, he married Anna Larson, a woman of deep faith and gentle strength. Together, they built a beautiful life. By 1870, Horatio was wealthy, respected, and well-established. He owned valuable real estate in North Chicago, was a senior partner in a law firm, and served as an elder in the Presbyterian Church. He was also a close friend of the well-known evangelist Dwight L. Moody. Horatio and Anna lived comfortably in the Lakeview area of Chicago with their 4 young daughters. Their home was full of laughter, love, and faith. At that time in their lives, everything seemed secure. Truly, all was well. But life can change in a moment. On October 8, 1871, a fire broke out in Chicago. Fueled by strong winds and wooden buildings, the flames spread rapidly. For 2 days, the city burned. When the fire ended, more than 300 people had died, 100,000 were homeless, and much of the city lay in ruins. Horatio lost nearly all of his real estate investments and his law firm. Years of hard work disappeared overnight. Yet even after this devastating loss, the Spaffords held tightly to their faith. By 1873, Anna's health had begun to decline. Hoping for rest and spiritual renewal, Horatio planned a family trip to England to attend revival meetings led by Dwight L. Moody and Ira Sankey. Just before the trip, the family faced another hardship when the Panic of 1873 struck, further weakening their finances. At the last minute, Horatio was delayed by urgent business matters. He decided to send Anna and their 4 daughters ahead, planning to follow shortly. On November 15, 1873, Anna and the children boarded the French steamship Ville du Havre in New York and set sail across the Atlantic. About 1 week into the journey, in the early morning hours of November 22nd, the Ville du Havre collided with a large iron ship called the Loch Earn. The impact was severe. Water rushed in, panic filled the ship, and within just 12 minutes, the vessel sank into the cold Atlantic Ocean. Amid the chaos, Anna gathered her daughters and brought them onto the deck. There, she knelt and prayed, asking God either to save them or to give them peace in whatever lay ahead. When the ship disappeared beneath the waves, 226 lives were lost. Anna survived, found clinging to wreckage, but all 4 of her daughters drowned. 9 days later, Anna arrived in Cardiff, Wales. From there, she sent her husband a telegram with only 2 words, "Saved alone." When Horatio received the message, his heart shattered. He immediately boarded a ship to England to be with his wife. During the crossing, the ship's captain called Horatio to his cabin and told him that, according to his calculations, they were passing over the spot where the Ville du Havre had gone down. Horatio later wrote that he did not imagine his daughters lost in the sea, but safe in God's care. When Horatio and Anna were reunited, those who comforted them were astonished by their faith. Despite unbearable grief, they were still able to say, "The will of God be done." After returning to Chicago, while Ira Sankey stayed in their home, Horatio wrote the words of a hymn that would touch millions across generations. The words were born not from ease, but from deep sorrow and trust in God. They became the hymn "It Is Well With My Soul." The music was later composed by Philip P. Bliss, who named the tune Ville du Havre in memory of the ship that claimed the Spaffords' daughters. Tragedy did not end there. In 1875, Horatio and Anna were blessed with a son, Horatio Spafford II. Before the boy turned 5, he died of scarlet fever. Later, the couple welcomed 2 more daughters, Bertha and Grace. Having lost wealth, security, and 5 children, the Spaffords made a life-changing decision. They left the United States and moved overseas for Christian mission work, eventually settling in Jerusalem. There, They helped establish what became known as the American colony. The community focused on serving others, feeding the hungry, caring for the sick, and helping widows and orphans, regardless of background or belief. They lived simply, served faithfully, and dedicated their remaining years to compassion and service. Horatio Spafford died in 1888 from malaria. Anna lived until 1923, continuing the work of charity and faith. Today, more than 100 years later, the hymn "It Is Well With My Soul" is still sung around the world. It is sung not because life is easy, but because faith can remain even when life is broken. This story reminds us that peace does not mean the absence of sorrow. It means trusting God in the middle of it. If this story touched your heart, please remember to subscribe to Stories of Faith. Your support helps us continue sharing true stories that inspire hope and strengthen belief. No matter what storms you face today, may you also learn to say, "It is well with my soul."